I may not live to see our glory, but I will gladly join the fight. And when our children tell our story, they'll tell the story of tonight. Those who stand for nothing, fall for everything. Men give me credit for some genius. All the genius I have lies in this: when I have a subject in hand, I study it profoundly. Day and night it is before me. Give all the power to the many, they will oppress the few. Give all the power to the few, they will oppress the many. A well-adjusted person is one who makes the same mistake twice without getting nervous. I have thought it my duty to exhibit things as they are, not as they ought to be. There is a certain enthusiasm in liberty that makes human nature rise above itself in acts of bravery and heroism. I never expect a perfect work from an imperfect man. A national debt, if it is not excessive, will be to us a national blessing. When the sword is once drawn, the passions of men observe no bounds of moderation. A powerful, victorious ally is yet another name for master. This is not a moment. It's the movement. It's not tyranny we desire, it's a just, limited, federal government. Vigor of government is essential to the security of liberty. Power over a man's subsistence is power over his will. Hard words are very rarely useful. Real firmness is good for everything. Strut is good for nothing. Nobody expects to trust his body overmuch after the age of 50. The art of reading is to skip judiciously. A nation which can prefer disgrace to danger is prepared for a master, and deserves one. A strong body makes the mind strong. I advise the gun. While this gives moderate exercise to the body, it gives boldness, enterprise, and independence to the mind. Men are reasoning, rather than reasonable animals. All communities divide themselves into the few and the many. The first are the rich and well-born, the other the mass of the people. Divide et impera must be the motto of every nation that either hates or fears us. If men were angels, no government would be necessary. Caution and investigation are a necessary armor against error and imposition. Experience is the oracle of truth, and where its responses are unequivocal, they ought to be conclusive and sacred. Cold in my professions, warm in my friendships, I wish, my dear Lawrence, it might be in my power, by action rather than words, to convince you that I love you. Divisions at home would invite dangers from abroad. To be more safe, they at length become willing to run the risk of being less free. It is too early for politicians to presume on our forgetting that the public good, the real welfare of the great body of the people, is the supreme object to be pursued. No man is allowed to be a judge in his own cause, because his interest would certainly bias his judgment, and, not improbably, corrupt his integrity. Am I then more of an American than those who drew their first breath on American ground? When a people or family so divide, it never fails to be against themselves.